Good morning, class. Welcome to our class for today. Thank you for logging in. Today, we will be having our science class online. For this class, I will need you to take out your iPads and we will be using two applications for today, Simple Minds and Padlet. Grab your iPad and we're ready to go. Let's read a short story together before we begin. A story about Sid the Seed.
Sid the Seed. Written and illustrated by Daniel R. Pagan. Sid is a seed, a tiny little seed, who liked where he was and never wanted to leave. He was quiet, shy, and quite full of doubt. He was afraid of the unknown, so he never went out. Sid shared his home underground deep within, with a spider named Pip and a caterpillar named Kim. In their quiet little hole, lit by candles made of wax, Sid sat with his friends playing cards and eating snacks. They had hours of fun till sleep filled their heads. Then they each said goodnight and crept to their beds. When the morning sun shone, Sid woke with surprise. A golden balloon danced in his eyes. "Hello," said Pip, all ready to fly. "I made this balloon to soar through the sky." "The world is so big, it's time that I grew. So I'm off to the outside to find something new." "That's fine," said Sid, "if out there you must go. But I like how things are in my home down below." Soon, Pip was gone on his life-changing flight, while Sid sulked in his room and waited for night. Later that night, as the candles grew dim, Sid sat at his table, playing checkers with Kim. They had hours of fun till sleep filled their heads. Then they each said goodnight and crept to their beds. Soon, Sid awoke under light of the moon to find in his hole a shiny cocoon. Without hinges, lid, or door he could open, it started to crack and appeared to be broken. Right down the middle, the cocoon split in two, revealing a butterfly all purple and blue. "The world is so big, it's time that I grew. So I'm off to the outside to find something new." "That's fine," said Sid. "Go ahead, fly away. Soar through the sky while in my hole I'll stay." Then Kim flew away without making a sound, leaving Sid lonely in his hole in the ground. Later that night, at his table all alone, Sid thought of his friends in his empty little home. He remembered their journeys and the ways that they flew. He thought about new things and wished for them too. "The world is so big, it's time that I grew. So I'm off to the outside to find something new." Sid grabbed his cup and ran to the sink. He filled it with water and started to drink. Drink after drink, cup after cup, Sid kept pouring water and soaking it up. With rays of the sun full of hot summer glow, Sid tingled inside and started to grow. He turned and he twisted beyond his control. Sid began rising upward straight out of his hole. Soon, Sid was outside with the warm wind blowing. He kept getting larger and couldn't stop growing. With long bending limbs and leaves flowing free, Sid, who once was a seed, is now a tall tree. Welcoming Sid from his life-changing trip, appeared Kim the butterfly and his spider friend Pip.
It's you.
Sid we're so happy that your life is now full. We're glad you decided to leave your small hole. Towering tall and enjoying the view, Sid was now on the outside, and he found something new.
And that was the story of Sid the Seed. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, do you remember what was the last thing we learned in the last lesson? Let's take a second to ponder about it. If you guessed living things and non-living things, that's right. That's what we learned in the last lesson. Now, can you remember what are some of the living things that we talked about? I think there were 3 things. Plants, that's right. What about animals? Yes. And one more thing. Tiny little, very small things that we cannot see with the eye. Microorganisms, that's right. What about the non-living things? There were 5. What are they? Light, water, air, soil, and minerals. That's right. Today, let's talk about plants. Here are some questions that I have for you. You could think about them and maybe write your answers in Padlet. Where do you think plants come from? Do you have any plants at home? What are some of the plants that you know? Now, quickly take 2 minutes to write your answers in Padlet before you move on to the next slides. If you've written your answers, let's move on to the next slide. Don't change your answers because I think that plants come from seeds. That's right. Remember the story about Sid the Seed and how he grew. What else can you remember? Here are some plants from my garden. The first picture is a picture of a water cabbage. These plants live in water. And the second plant is the curry leaf plant. That's right. If you've eaten curry, this is where the leaves come from. I have them at home, so I don't have to go to the market to buy them. Today, we will be learning to identify the 6 parts of plants and know the function of the 6 parts of the plant.